We are with some thought-provoking golden questions. Question 1. Where is India's gold stored? A. In India. B. In the United Kingdom. C. In Switzerland. D. All of the above. Well, those who had option D in mind is correct. India has close to 880 tons of gold, of which 348.62 tons of India's gold is stored in the UK with Bank of England and in Switzerland with Bureau of International Settlements BIS. To be precise, 511.99 metric tons of gold is with RBI in Mumbai and Nag vaults, and approximately 19 tons are in gold deposits. So approx 40% of gold is still outside India, but why? And why are we bringing up this now? Well, because as of the 27th of August, 2025, India will be on a sanctions list officially by the United States, and we all know by now that anything can happen in love and war given recent utterances by Trump of India being a dead economy and a jibe that BRICS is over. Here's additional context for the uninitiated.
After Russia's invasion, the US and its allies froze Russian foreign exchange reserves in their jurisdictions. The Russian elites, proxies, and oligarchs repo task force, consisting of the Group of Seven, G7, European Union, EU, and Australia, most recently estimated frozen reserves at $280 billion. Many experts, and the Central Bank of Russia, put the figure between $300 and $330 billion. In 2022, most of the frozen assets were debt securities denominated in euros or US dollars. Euroclear, a Belgian central securities depository, managed approximately $200 billion of those assets on behalf of the Central Bank of Russia. Euroclear manages about 90% of frozen reserves in the EU, while France holds much of the remainder. The US holds around $5 billion. Russia was caught blindfolded and today have no sight of frozen funds. In today's day and age when Russian central bank funds and assets can be confiscated, do you think it's prudent to keep our assets in others' hands? In our view, India should review all assets abroad including NOS and Vostro balances, keeping note of potential Western tactics. And we are just getting started. Question 2. What percent is gold of the overall foreign reserves in India? A. Less than 5%. B. Between 5% and 10%. C. Greater than 10% and less than 25%. D. Above 25%. Well, the correct answer is C. We are at around 11.7% as of 15th August 2025. We have foreign currency assets of USD 585.9 billion, gold reserves of 86.16 billion, and SDR IMF of 18.78 billion, as well as reserve position with IMF of USD 4.75 billion, totaling to forex reserves of USD 695.59 billion. Now there are two questions that emerge from the above data. Question 3. How are the other advanced economies with a high per capita GDP positioning themselves? We have an interesting story here. United States has a gold to forex reserves percent of 68%, Germany at 66%, Italy at 59%, France at 58%, Russia at 44%. Wow, what is it that these economies know that we don't in India? Question 4. Should we reduce purchase of new U.S. treasuries, or even liquidate U.S. government securities, and instead buy physical gold? Case in point being, at one point, India's holdings of U.S. treasuries had reached a peak of USD 240 billion in June 2024. At least, we should be able to generate inflation-beating returns, gold being an excellent inflation hedge, or maybe even look at buying more of the CNY or the renminbi for risk diversification. So in all four questions, what do you think?